of pronoun, I am going to elaborate you the different kinds of pronoun over here. You can see on the board that there are different kinds of pronoun you have to study in this chapter. The first one is personal pronoun, possessive pronoun, demonstrative pronoun, interrogative pronoun, reflexive pronoun, indefinite pronoun, reciprocal, distributive, and at last relative pronoun. I am going to explain you all the definition one by one. Here you can see the definition of personal pronoun, that the personal pronoun, that pronoun which replace noun. They may also function as the subject of the sentence and even an object of the sentence. So let us see how a pronoun can be used as a subject and an object. Focus here. Personal pronoun has its two kinds. Personal pronoun has its two kind I'll say that is subjective. Subjective personal pronoun or objective personal pronoun. So look at the board. How can be a personal pronoun is used as a subject and an object too? For an example, you can see he is a boy. It is a personal pronoun and that is used here as the subject of the sentence. Okay? In object form, I will meet him. I will meet him. When he is used in a sentence as an object, he becomes him. He becomes him when it is used as an object of the sentence. You can be clarified by a table that I am going to write on the board. Please focus on and stay. Here I have drawn a table and you can see on the board that first person pronoun is used as a subjective case in a sentence in the form of I and we. I and we is first person subject that can be used in a sentence as a subject, like I am a boy. We are going to market. I am a boy and we are going to market. Okay? When first person pronoun I and we is used as an object, it becomes I to me. I to me and we to us as an objective case of the sentence. Like an example, this work has been done by us. Done by us. And we have done this work. We have done this work. Here, we is the first person pronoun and it is used as the subject of the sentence, and that is why it is called subject personal pronoun. And here you can see the work has been done by us. Here, we becomes us when it is used as an object of the sentence. Like this, the other pronoun can also change as in the form of subject as in the form of an object. In the second person pronoun you can see here you, and you will be remain same in the case of subject and in the case of object too. It cannot change in the form of an objective case. It means you is the only subject that can be used same in the form of subject and object too. In the third person pronoun you can see he, she, it, they. Fourth of the pronoun can be used in a sentence as a subjective case, and when it can be used as an object of the sentence, it changes as he becomes him, she becomes her, it becomes same, and they change into them itself. It is used as the subjective of the sentence, and then it can be used as the object of the sentence. Possessive pronoun, according to the definition of this, it says that whenever we have to use an ownership or a relationship with some noun to show our position and write on some noun, then it can be said the pronoun that are used in the sentence is related to possessive pronoun. According to the definition, those pronouns that can indicate possession or relationship and it is called possessive pronoun. Like an example, that is my car, that is my car, this is my pen. This is, here you can see a noun and a noun, and it can be a relationship with my. The noun that can be used just before a noun. The noun that can be used just before a noun is known as possessive pronoun. Possessive pronoun. You can see by yourself the example. This pen is mine. This pen is mine. It means on this pen it is my right. It belongs to me. This board is ours. It means the owner of the board is us, and we have the right, we have the position, we have the relation with the board, and that is why this is called possessive pronoun. The next one is demonstrative pronoun. Let us begin the next one. Now you can see on the board that this is demonstrative pronoun. It can be indicates as English language when we use a sign to indicate an object or a group of object by taking the pronoun as that, this, those, these. When we use some sign like this, this is a boy. This is a boy. It means the sentence is telling us that is demonstrative pronoun that can be used to indicate some noun, some object or a group of object. Like there is a group of boys that were playing inside the park. inside the part. You can see the definition by yourself that it is used to point out. It is used to point out some object point out some example. You can see that is a dog. That is a dog. It means here is that, and this is a pronoun that can be used instead of a noun. But what type of pronoun is this? I am going to tell you how it can relate it to a demonstrative pronoun. As I have told you the definition, and you can see by yourself that it is used to point out some object. It means the dog is here and my sight is going on the dog. That is used because the dog is very far from me. Very far from me. If this is a dog, if this is a dog written here, it means this shows that the dog is very close to me. Very close to me. Like here is the pen. This is a pen. This is a pen. If the pen is very far from me, then we can use that is a pen, but not this is a pen. Getting? An interrogative pronoun. According to the definition, you can see by yourself on the board that it can be used to ask a question. It can be used to ask a question like, what is your name? What is your name? This word is used instead of a noun. It means the question is asking to somebody and the somebody has a very good name and a special name, and for that name word can be used here instead of noun in the form of question, interrogation, and that is why it is called an interrogative pronoun. Another example, whose pen is this? Whose pen is this? Whose pen? The question is asking about the person whose possession on the pen. The question is asking about the person whose possession that can show on the present pen. The answer is I, we, he, she, etc. and many more. The object of the sentence or the subject of the sentence can reply itself. Whose pen is this? Like example, my pen is this, our pen is this, his pen is this, her pen is this. And that is why this is a question word that is used instead of some noun. It is called interrogative pronoun. After this, I am going to elaborate you the next number 5. Get ready. Now you can look on the board that there is written reflexive and emphatic pronoun. Reflexive and emphatic pronoun. The pronoun, the word that can be used in both of the pronoun is same, but it can be used in different manner. I will teach you where, in which type of sentence reflexive pronoun can be used and emphatic pronoun can be used. Before letting that, I am telling you the definition. When an action done by the subject and reflects on the subject itself. The action can be done by the subject and it can reflect on the subject itself, then it can be said if it is reflexive or if it is emphatic. Like an example, I have done this by myself. You can see the example, that is the subject here. I, what action has been done? ये काम किया गया, और ये जो emphatic या reflexive pronoun है, that can reflect the subject itself. मतलब खुद की जो किसी काम को हम करते हैं उसका रिफ्लेक्शन जब खुद पे आती है, then we can say that it is reflexive pronoun. He has done this work by himself. See, he has done this work by himself. He is the subject and it is the pronoun that reflects the subject itself, and that is why it can said be reflexive pronoun. In other words, emphatic pronoun, when this type of pronoun can be used just after the subject, it can be said emphatic, but myself, himself, ourself, theirself, itself can be used as an object of the sentence. It can be said reflexive. As according to the sentence you can see here, I myself is used here as the object of the sentence. Himself is used here as an object of the sentence. When himself, myself, this type of pronoun can be used as an object of the sentence, it is called reflexive. But when this type of pronoun can be used just before, just after a subject, is called emphatic. Here you can find the difference very easily. What is the difference between a reflexive pronoun and emphatic pronoun? As I have told you earlier a few minutes ago, that a pronoun that can be used as an object of the sentence, it is called reflexive. Here you can see I is the subject and it can be reflected by myself as an object of the sentence, that is why it is called reflexive. And when that type of pronoun can be used just after subject, it is a subject and it is used just after subject, it is called emphatic pronoun. It focused more on the subject, but it focused less on the subject. It has the strong feeling, strong emotion, strong impact on the subject, but it has less impact on the subject itself. Remember my words always, that emphatic pronoun can be used just after subject, but reflexive pronoun can be used as an object of the sentence. Let's begin the next, number 6. After reflexive and emphatic pronoun, I am going to tell you about indefinite pronoun. Indefinite pronoun, it means indefinite, not definite. Something that is not definite is called indefinite, as according to the meaning of indefinite. But the definition of indefinite pronoun tells it is used for some noun that implied or understood. That implied or understood can be said an indefinite pronoun. It means where there in the sentence that no anybody, a specific person or a specific pronoun specific noun can be used in the sentence and there is nobody, no one, anyone. It means the choice of the sentence, no any specific person or no any specific noun or pronoun can be used here, and that is why it is called indefinite. It means here in the sentence no any definite person. No any different person is here, no any person or pronoun is here, and that is why it is called indefinite pronoun. If there is a definite pronoun, here it can be said that he, she, it, they, we, us, and many more etc. But here is no any specific subject over there, but there is some, no one, or anyone is indefinite, and that is why it is called indefinite pronoun, that implied or understood by the listener himself. You can see over here the definition of reciprocal pronoun. Reciprocal. It is a pronoun like each other and one another. It occurs in opposite direction or the pair. The definition is telling that when there is some pronoun or noun in a sentence and that are occurs or work for one another or each other. It means the work that reflect on myself. Here is I am, and in front of me there is another person, and I am talking to each other, each and other. Okay, that is called reciprocal. You can see the examples each other. They play with each other. It means there was a crowd of people, a crowd of boy, a crowd of girl, and they all are playing with each other. It means the action that is going on the sentence is occurred opposite direction, opposite from here to there and there to here and here to here. Getting? The next one, 8 number. What is? After number 7, it is time for distributive pronoun. According to the name itself, distributive. It means distribution of something among a group of people. Distribution of something in a group of people, like a person or thing, for one at a time. It means the pronoun that can be used in the sentence as a distributive pronoun can always be singular in number. It means either of you can go. Either of you can go. It means there is you and here it is plural number. Here it is plural number. It means 2, 3 or 4, 5 anymore. But only the one can go. Either means only the one can go out the class or go out from anywhere. It can be used as a singular number. Another example, each of you has been given a prize. Given a prize. Each of you have been given a prize. It means it is a group of people and each of the person have been given a prize. It is a plural, but it can be used here as a singular pronoun. The pronoun that can give the sense of singular at one time. As this type of pronoun, either, neither, each, every, each one, everybody, that all are related to distributive pronoun. The next one is relative pronoun. Let us see in the next one, relative pronoun, what will happen. The last one is relative pronoun. According to the name itself, it can give a very good relation between two nouns, two pronouns or two sentences. According to the definition, it can give a very good relation or to join two words or two phrases, two sentences together. Like look, these types of pronoun, like who, what, whom, whose, which, and that. This type of pronoun here, this type of pronoun that is used always to join two sentences to show or to make a very good relation between two of the sentence. That is why it is called a relative pronoun. Like an example, the boy who is playing. The boy who is playing is my brother. Is my brother. Here is the two part of sentence, and it can be joined very easily by this word, that is who, and that is why it is called a relative pronoun. I hope, dear student, you can get me very well. After this video, I will meet you in the next class. तब तक stay at home, stay safe. God bless you. Thank you. Goodbye.